Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Football Manager 2020, Zero to Hero, the Youth Factory, episode number 3. We pushed forward a little ways. We went from, I think it was 21 games in to now 29 games into the season, and this has been our worst stretch by far. We had a single draw. So we're now on our 4th draw of the season. We've had just 2 wins, but even that is still more than what I expected. Goal differential getting a little bit worse. We're at a minus 46 now. But 10 points in this first season where every single player on the team started with a 1 in every single attribute. And as a coach, the same. The biggest thing is the morale. It's gone. So we did what we did early in the season because we had decent morale. At this point, Baines Cross now has 15 starts to match Adam Wild's 15 starts earlier in the season. He has 6 goals. Adam Wild had 4, so he's definitely doing better. 6.84 versus a 6.54 rating. So yes, Craig Baines Cross deserves the position, but you can see now he and many others are slumping these days. Let's go back to the custom view that I like. There it is. So in ability-wise, Darren White, a 13, Neil Curry, a 15. Those are the players that are definitely going the right direction. You can see they are certainly going up. They have some 8s now. Those are the players that are trying to see it out towards their potential. There's a couple others that aren't too bad. Gage Swain, a 6. But for the most part, a lot of players are just kind of staying right on whatever it was that they had after that first month or so where everybody took that jump pretty much from day 1. But from that point on, not much has happened. In terms of assists, Aaron Cross, he's managed 4, but he's only got a 6.49 rating, so he's been just pathetic otherwise. Swain has 1 goal, 4 assists. Looking a little better there. Darren White's had a couple of assists. Not much else. So Reddington, just 3 appearances off the bench. Phil Payne has had 12 off the bench now, and actually still hasn't even managed to get an average rating of any kind. Peter Kelly, 16 times off the bench with a 6.95 rating. So I'm wondering if Kelly is somebody who needs to get in. And actually considering the ratings, what is it, Aaron Cross? But he's developing. So he's been really bad, but he is developing, so I suppose he's staying put. That's the main thing we need. Still nothing. We have no youth intake just yet, and we're going to start keeping a close eye. So as we move forward, that's what I'm going to watch for, is our youth intake. You could see our last handful of games, 5-0, 4-0, 3-2, 3-1, 4-1, 3-0, only a single match within a goal before we had that 1-1 draw, and then 2-0, 2-0, and 1-0. You can see it's definitely gotten worse. I'm curious, before I move forward, can I have a team meeting? No. Not right now. So I'm going to play it a little closer at hand as I push forward through the next period so that we can hit that youth intake. And this could be, well, not a turning point on this season, but it could be a turning point in the long term of this franchise, as that's what it's going to take for us to go forward, I think. Just a couple weeks later, still no luck in the win department, but we are finally able to have a team meeting. So let's see if we can once again get them to lift their spirits a little bit. Phil Payne wants to help out. Everybody else is delighted to be at the club. They're all in the core social group. Only one influential player left in Connor Courtney, But let's see if we can make sure our heads don't drop. Yes, everybody responds well. And there you go. There's a little boost to morale once again. Let's see if we can get anything out of that. They are all in other players. That's pretty sad. They're all core social group. That's good. I think one thing I need to do is start setting up, while I'm at it, some mentoring groups. It'd be nice to get some personality improvements. So this has nothing to do with positions. This is going to have everything to do with a personality fix. And so that's what we'll call the group. So, adding players, we're going to go with, we have Neil Curry, who is fairly professional, and you can see how much he has improved. And Darren White, who is lighthearted. So we're going to put these two in there with, I suppose, these guys that are the closest. And we're going to try and look at, there's the players that are making some progress otherwise. So we're going to put these guys all together. Nothing toxic. We're going to start with them. And we're going to see, he's balanced. Maybe I should get Connor Courtney out of there for now. And we'll see if these guys can kind of pull it together as a group first, and then go from there. And I suppose that means second tier. And we'll call it second tier personality disorder. We're going to take Connor, our one balanced guy, the one influential player, the captain on the team, and we're going to try to see if we can start turning around some of these guys. Maybe just a few at first. Let's see if we can get... Okay, Craig Baines Cross. Yeah, he's sporting... Tom Thompson. I think a lot of these players that are not improving because there's only one influential player and they just have the wrong personality type. So we aim to do more. So yeah, 2 more games, 2 more losses. Burleytown 4-2, Bedlington 3-1. Next up, Jarrow, and Jarrow is just 17th, 27 points. Maybe, just maybe. We're at a minus 50 now. It's getting pretty ugly. So here it is. 16 new youth players coming in. Number of them from Scotland, which makes sense. We're right on the border. But even one from Ireland and one from Wales. But there you go. Now, currently, ability potential completely unknown. I want to attend the game. The current U18s are nothing. They're the grayed out guest team. None of them actually belong to the club. These guys do. Poor response to Youth Factory FC head physio advertisement. But look at this. There's an actual physio with a 3 who wants to sign with us. From Swallow Nest. Oh man. A 3. Does he have anything else? Working with youngsters is a 9, but His reputation is as low as they come, which makes perfect sense. It's minimal. I don't think a 3 is going to help us at all. We're going to continue the advert. Yeah, we're going to keep searching. I don't need much, but a 4 or 5 would be nice. Ouch, we lost 6-2 to the Citizens. And that's been a while. I think we're at 10. I think we're at 10 now. That's so bad. 33 games played, 2, 4, and 27. It's been ugly. It has been ugly. 2 more days. 2 more days to the U18 game. The biggest match of the year. And it's our under 18s youth candidate day. Because of the setup, right? All those guys starting on 1s. And because we have all those other guys starting with something, anything for our youth candidates. Our youth candidates are the future, are the hope. And because we have such high youth recruitment, there could be some gems. There could be players that are already far better than what I have right now. Could this be a turning point in the entire season for the senior team? It's possible. Looking at the youth candidates, they have the possession. They've already managed 4 shots. It's first half. Scoreless. So not great. But they're crushing the other U18s. Can they pull it together? We'll find out. 7 shots already, but they've only managed 1 on target. That's something. That is something. It's the fake ones. We'll talk to the real ones. Let's see. Just keep doing what you're doing. Okay. About the classic. There's more to come. Alright, we start second half. We will be taking a look at the candidates as soon as the game is done. For now, we'll just kind of sit through and let the game play out. This is the home and road jerseys. We are in the road jersey for the youth candidates. That's the green and black. Oh, so close on that one. Can they come away and see victory in their first showing? I think they can. They certainly should. Shots are 10-0. Youth candidates, they need to go attacking. Oh, and it's the stand-in youth. The stand-in youth who managed the first goal. What a play. Oh, he was offside by a freaking mile, but okay. He went way before that ball was kicked. Well behind the defender before that ball was kicked. That was not perfectly timed. But, of course, there's no replay, so it doesn't matter. Yet, it does. Come on, youth candidates. Boy, that guy has had, 3, 4, 5 headers now? Missed them all. Clearly, he does not have headers down. He's a 6.3 rating. Oh, pause. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's cleared out. Okay, time to make some subs. I've got subs. Let's get them all on there. To whoever's playing the worst. Left back. Okay. We have a filler man who can play wherever I need him to, like right there. Go for you, and definitely the guy who can't seem to make a header anywhere near on target. Decent ball into the box, a little too long. Keeper pulls that one, and there's all our subs. Let's see, can this group do something? 13-2 on the shot department. Total domination, but not winning. Trailing. What can they do? Demand more. Nice ball. Oh, bad shot. Another chance. Gone wanting. And we get a shot on target there, but straight to the keeper. 17-2 on shots, and yet they're losing 1-0. So maybe they're not the hope, but play style, ability, clearly there's something there. We'll take a look at these guys after the game, and hopefully there is. Gibbons lays it off, sets it up, McQueen. And there it is! Tying goal in the closing moments, so at least they could pull that out. Little extra time. Not enough. That's game. Okay, not worried about those guys. They don't exist. And you know what? Nothing to go through on that one either. Achievement unlocked head-to-head. Yes, I coached against myself. I got an achievement out of that. Hey! Hooray! Youth candidates rescue late draw. And there we go. Youth candidates evaluated by, well, no one. I have no assistant coach. So everything is completely unknown on these guys. So now we have to go here. Callum Howard. That is the leftover goalkeeper. We'll let him go. He's the only one still there. So these are my guys. These are my guys. There's a good chance that I will sign each and every one of them, but maybe not 100%. We'll find out. Let's go back the other way and let's see if we can get our main view on these guys. Oh my goodness! Oh, look at this. 57, 144. Not quite Premier League quality, but close. That's a guy who could kind of hack it as a sub in the Premier League if he develops. O'Hagan's not anything to write home about. McQueen is probably as good as our best potential player right now. Luke Dyer, a 72 current ability. The heading, the marking, even the tackling. Okay, it's an 8, but that's better than what I have currently. He's a little slow, but these guys are going to have a massive impact on the squad. Things are going to be different. Things are going to be different going forward. And he's going to get time right away because he's going straight in to the senior team, into the starting lineup. Hooray. Moffat, 119. Yeah, it's not great, but for us, that's pretty good. So the 130s, 140s, 120s, that's your championship. League One guys are probably going to be more like 110, 120. So some of these players reaching that potential, right? If they can reach potential, and here's the thing, it's going to be really hard for them to reach potential. There's one coach, and he's garbage, utter garbage. But we've got the best facilities. There's got to be some learning happening, right? Some. I kind of want to leave some of these guys down here on the U18s. Let them play through. Yeah, that was who they were up against. How did they lose to those guys? Let's go back down the list. So, a 139 for frame. That's some decent potential. A 56 already. Dalton's not going to be anything. Caton's not going to be anything. Gibbons isn't going anywhere. Phil Hammond. Okay. Barry Bell. There's your new goalkeeper. 65 of 148. Matthews. Dale. So Matthews has really good potential too. In fact, is he the highest? A 156? He is. So 156. So no future Hall of Fame kind of guys, but you've got Nicky Matthews, Luke Dyer, Williamson Toyne, Scott Frame, Barry Bell, and Daniel Wilkinson, who have tremendous potential compared to our level. Drew Dale, Dean Moffat, and I'd say maybe as far as Phil Hammond, yeah, that's the core of the team for the next couple seasons as these guys hopefully develop some. Hopefully they can improve some beyond where they're at. But already where they're at, Nicky Matthews is going to come in immediately and be a massive upgrade. Massive upgrade. But they come in with no morale. Well, hopefully signing some deals will do that, because what I'd like to do is sign everybody. And let's go ahead and do that. And actually the easy thing, well, we'll do it. I'm going to have to go through and take a moment, sign these guys myself to long-term contracts, senior contracts. Every one of them. I think I'm going to leave maybe a couple guys down here. Maybe. I'll have to compare O'Hagan. Well, he's got 15 determination. And look at the personalities. I mean, there's some good ones in here. Resolute, fairly professional, fairly determined, lighthearted. Gibbons is unambitious, right? There's a couple. Low self-belief. We need some work on those guys, but oh, I'm so excited. So excited. Let me do a little work off camera, get all their contracts signed. I might as well keep 100% of them for now. Guys like O'Hagan, Catton, they're not going anywhere, but we're going to shake things up with the roster. Let me start with the contracts. So interesting things have happened while I'm trying to get the contract signed, and I decided to take everyone. Where I'm at is still mostly ones and twos. I have motivating at 3 now. Adaptability and discipline, I don't think they adjust at all on their own. I did add 1 point to discipline by myself, trying to keep it kosher with everything else. But what has happened is we actually have a response. Andrew Stewart, currently with Rylands, certainly not a good coach, wants to join us. He is an assistant coach. But I could have an assistant coach finally. He actually has a license. He's studying for his National B license right now. This could be a big boost to us, because I've been stuck all alone, and he does like the Gegenpress, which I'm a fan of. Rylands is his first job, but yeah, let's go for it. Salary only $10 off from what he wants. I can only offer part-time, but that's okay. Contract length, okay, 3 months is all we can offer. Interesting, but let's do it. We're going to have to lock you in here, sorry. And you walk away. Okay, the board won't let me offer you more than that. It's only $5. Come on. Well, that didn't go as planned. There's a few more guys to sign. And we have 2 days till our next match, and then we'll be shaking up that lineup featuring mostly the guys who just came in instead of those who have been with the team. I do have the 2 that have developed well. I kind of want to keep them in the side. Outside of that, the rest of them are going to be relegated to U23s, back to the U18s. We're going to actually start filling out the roster ever so slightly. It's amazing. I can't wait to see this game. We are going to watch that game against third place Washington. We have not won we've lost 10 straight. We've only had 2 draws in the last 15, 20 games. And they're evens. There you go. Okay, there's a youth contract. We're coming along. Some of those guys have not signed. The ones that were recommended, we signed right away. The others were not recommended. Rightfully so that they weren't recommended, but because of how bad the team is, it was worth it to keep those guys around. So, not going to criticize somebody who just joined the team like a day ago. 7 new youth players straight into the side, just 4 remaining players. Those are Gage Swain, Darren White, Neil Curry, and Ross Gray. Ross Gray just because of lack of any center mids. I do have an option, though, I think, next game. Phil Hammond. Not great, but he's got the determination, decisions, bravery. I'm just nervous about putting him in with everything else so low. But Phil Hammond at center back with Moffitt moving up to center mid in place of Gray might be an option going forward. I'll keep an eye on that one. Some of these guys, they're just a little too raw, really bad in a few areas. So we'll see what happens. Apparently we've already got something going on here. Oh, yes, because those are the existing guys. Hey, well, there you go. Keeping that trio together helps a little bit. Let's see how the new team does. Neil Curry will take the armband. That's fine. We're still looking very, very red, but maybe, just maybe, this group will be a little bit better. Can they compete? Plenty of tension. They don't want to listen. That's fine. Oh, awesome. Recent form have them in first. So they've been, so it's against the best in the league. This would really do something about it. Hey, considering how bad I am at motivating, that's something right there. Really excited to see if the team is any better now as we immediately kick the ball out of bounds. Running a yellow card and already a goal. Wow, that was a really nice goal for Washington. Dang. Okay, we are apparently still in the rabbit hole. We have not come out yet. Guys, wide open. We were way too deep. Everybody's standing right in front of the 6-yard box. That's not a good way to go. Of course, the tactical familiarity takes a big dip, bringing in a whole bunch of youth candidates that have been with the team for like 2 days and immediately putting them in the side when they haven't trained with us. So that's one thing to keep an eye on. They might have ability. They might have tons of potential. I'm hoping we can see some of that emerge. But we are definitely not suddenly in the clear. But hey, we are playing the best team in the league, and we nearly get the tying goal there. That was so close. Frame with the corner. Curry. Back to Moffitt. White. Back to Moffitt. Going the wrong direction. Man, oh man, that was close to a game leveler. Ratings. Moffitt's doing all right, 6.7. And there's 2. Just the second goal of the season for Chapman. There you go. That was the additional header. Morale is still very much a factor. Even the new players came in with a morale pretty much matching that of the other members of the team. Oof. Boy, that should have been 3 right there. Alright, time to see if we can do something in these moment. Let's go assertive and show me something else. There we go. Let's see what they can do in the second half. Still defensive. Let's see if we can be cautious, if that makes any difference. Nice. Swain makes play that time. We got to call him a veteran, even though he's still in his first season. Oh, wow. Kirk with 2 really, really special goals. Getting way too much space, though. And yeah, we're still garbage. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. But there is some potential in the team. Gray. Long ball over the top to absolutely no one. And here's Chapman. Frame intercepts. Plays the long ball ahead. Doesn't make it to its target. Kind of going direct route 1, aren't we? That was a nice ball in, but it was a little too long. Nobody on the end of it. Should have had somebody playing far post. Not everybody going in the same area. Ooh, off the crossbar. Sorry, post, I think it was. Frame, another free kick, and there's a goal! Luke Dyer! There it is, in his first ever appearance for the team. He and Scott Frame connect with a beautiful free kick. And a beautiful header. Well taken, well placed. Oh, we got a goal. That's the center back Dyer, and that is our, I think, top candidate, right? Wasn't it? Highest potential, or at least highest current ability, Luke Dyer. Wow, we just did a long throw to nobody. Yeah, there's still a lot of holes in the in this roster, even with these guys. Matthews intercepts. He's off to the races, but he's all alone. And he's going to hang on to it long enough. Wow, that was close. That was close. I think somebody picked up a knock. Might want to sub that. Yeah, there is. There is. Let's get them out of there. That's Drew Dale. Aaron Cross. That's one of the long-term ones who was doing all right. Yeah, let's get Gibbons out there. Give him a shot. I don't need to see everyone here. Definitely a better second half, though. Williamson, Toyne. Long ball over top. Matthews! Wide open goal. And he missed it. Oh, Matthews. Body language is aggressive after that. He's kind of his finishing is just a 7. But he beats the keeper. Great job to push it past him. And then it's just a tap in. And he bangs it off the crossbar. Oh my goodness. How disappointing. Remember, this is the top team in the league, and we are on the road. So, it was going to be a tough match. These youth guys stepping in didn't suddenly make us great. Say I'm far from pleased. There you go. Ross Gray is a little upset. Everybody else fired up by that. Okay. Okay, well. Plenty of work still to do. But we're going to get out of here, and I will show you how we've shaken a few things up as we're now approaching. Oh, we're just about to the end of the season, I think, aren't we? Oh, yes, we are. Just 4 matches to go. So they waited really late on the youth candidates this year, and we end at the end of April. So just 4 matches. Can we get a win? It's been so long since the team's had a win. Burleytown 3-1 at home back in early November. Team is long overdue for it. First, the under 18s. So we now have. Let's see, what can we do? Can you show me? There we go. Okay. The grayed out ones are not the under 18s. There's the squad. So you can see low potential now. I still have a few guys actually here. So John Gray, these were the guys that signed on late. Gray, Catton, O'Hagan, Edwards, Dalton, all just signed late, and they were automatically inserted back into the U18s. So there might be a move there. For example, like Catton and Gray could be on their way up to fill that void in the middle of the pitch. So looking at those two. Some pace, determination, good teamwork, good technique. Ooh, there's some good things here with Gray. He's missing a few skills, but a few things are really nice. Brave, very brave, 19, and fairly professional. Both of these guys are going to go up to the senior squad. And we'll take a look at some others, like O'Hagan. He's not going anywhere. He'll stay here in the U18s. We push down Kelly, McDermott, Herbert, Hendry. A lot of these guys were the bench guys. Tom Thompson, Reddington, all pushed down. We've got Edwards still here. Crossing, yay. Corners, yay, but nothing else. He's going to need to develop a little bit. Philip Dalton, he's okay, but he's at a position that I've already got some depth, so we're going to leave him be. So I think that's good. There's your under 18s. Now, under 23s, I've still got them in the senior squad, but Wild, Atkinson, Courtney, these are the older guys on the roster that aren't developing. Yeah, they pushed all 6s, but nothing has changed beyond that. And I think that it's entirely down to their age and, that coach of ours, that lousy coach, who is now still alone, sadly. Thought for a second we had somebody. Didn't happen. All right, well, Luke Dyer opens with 7.4 rating and a goal. That was awfully nice. That was definitely nice. Like that. We still have a few of these guys around. Curry, White, Swain, the ones that have seen some improvement, Cross a little bit. Craig Baines Cross a little bit. This is a different Gray, isn't it? Ross Gray? Oh, Ross Gray's the one that I just sent him back. No, let's get you back down there. Oh no, he just played center mid in that game because I didn't have anybody to fill the vacancy, but we do have a couple guys now that have just come up, right? That we're going to give the shot to. So let's go ahead and push Gray down to the U18s. Oh, I can't. He's still in the side. Or that's why he's still showing here. And then our older guys, Williamson could go under 23s. That's really what I should be doing with these guys, is officially moving them to the under 23s, but because they're over, I'll leave them be. So there you have it. It's almost entirely the youth team now. Let's push forward. Unwilling to experiment, really? I just changed the entire roster out. All right, let's move forward. We have 4 matches left. Let's see what happens in the last 4 matches of the season with a new shooken up roster. I don't know if having the new players has anything to do with it, but I'm actually starting to get a response on some of the surveys. I think the team... Oh, yeah, reputation's jumped. So reputation is now a 5 for the team. No wonder. So just like that, it's gone up a few notches. I think that might have to do with the squad players that we have giving reputation. So there's some potential within the squad. The last 4 games of the season have gone over quite well. Quite well. We are competitive. So we lost the first one of the 4, but it was a close defeat, 2-1. And then we finally get a draw to end the losing streak at 3, 6, 9, 12 straight. 12 straight losses. And once we did that, we beat our bitter rival, Carlisle City, on the road. And then we end the season at Sunderland West End with a 3-0 win. Let's take a look at that one. Nicky Matthews with all 3 goals in the first 10th and 28th minutes. 9.5 rating. We haven't seen anything like that from this team at any point. That is pretty phenomenal and a real testament to how important things are going to be going forward. I mean, we opened with a 13-0 loss to begin our career. So competition-wise, yeah, it's not good. Last place. But we did get 17 points in our very first season. And the performance ended up a little bit better at the end. It was not a good year, okay? Don't get me wrong, it was not a good year. But 17 points out of potentially 0 at a strong end of the season has me thinking that we can at least be competitive next season. And then another youth intake could really start pushing things the right direction. And if that reputation builds, I'll finally start being able to hire a few decent coaches. So Club Vision, yeah, we definitely failed, but it's not an F anymore, it's an E. So we got back into a tolerable grade. Not so tolerable, but, tolerable grade. Looking at the squad, Nicky Matthews is a 75, is improving. Ooh, okay. I was curious to see how it would go without the coaching staff. Will these guys see improvement? And yes, they are coming in. And instant improvement in the new players. Lee Williamson, Toyne, not. Daniel Wilkinson is. Even though he's unambitious. We need to get him into a group to try to deal with that. Scott Frame. Drew Dale is improving. Moffat's not. Hammond isn't. And of course our other guys. What about Gibbons? Gibbons is coming up, okay. Even though he doesn't have a ton of potential. And Neil Curry continues to improve. He's up to an 18 now. So there's even a 9 on concentration for him. So steady improvement. Let's take a look at Neil Curry a little bit further. And look at his progress over the course of the year. Potential ability unknown. Let's go with attributes and highlight key role. What are you? Defensive midfielder. In defend role. So by August he was already 6s and everything. That's kind of the downside to that sudden jump to get everybody up to a 6. But there you go. Concentration at a 9. Decisions are up there. Marking, stamina, a whole bunch of 7s. So, not drastic improvement in the original guys. The youth intake really having an impact. But as we improve, as we get better, as we get competitive, and pick up the reputation a little bit, I can hire some coaching staff that can actually help train these guys, and maybe we can see the others not necessarily reach their potential, but at least get something. Can Connor Courtney improve at all? He's been locked in at 6s. Maybe we can see something. But we'll definitely start to offload players a little bit next season as we kind of fill out this roster and start to retire some of those. We won't be taking every youth player coming in anymore. We'll start to take kind of the top tier guys, well, top 2/3 most likely a season from now, and get rid of a lot of the original players that were on this roster. And then the youth factory will truly become a youth factory within just about 2 seasons, I think. Man, oh man, have things changed. So I'll be looking into a new tactic for next season. Now that we are improving, now that we should be competitive. So we'll get away from this, but we'll keep the formation, change the tactics out, train into it. I mean, the current group in just that short period of time in that month got okay, but they definitely weren't great at it. But yeah, moving forward, I mean, look at Matthews. 7.56 rating for him, frame over 7. That's pretty crazy that in just that short period of time, we got so much more out of those guys. Craig Baines-Cross, actually off the bench maybe, gets up to 10 goals. Nicky Matthews, in just 5 appearances, has 5 goals. I didn't realize that Connor Courtney had 5, but okay. And a while got to a 6th goal. Luke Dyer had just that 1 goal that we saw. Scott Frame with a couple assists, probably from free kicks mostly. Wilkinson Hammond didn't play in the 5 games. That's okay. Really pleased with what I saw at the end of the season. Very promising going forward, but that's going to do it for this first season. We'll push forward to the start of the next season. Of course, there's no transfers to be had in the off season, as I am locked in on total 100% in-house development. But a little development there is finally. So club reputation up to a 5. Attendance is still at a 3. Minimum club attendance is a 1. It's ugly on that part. But the finances are good. We came out 9,000 on the plus side this season, and we're still locked in. And we'll keep that locked in even through into next season. So no worries about that going away. We're still very obscure, but with a little reputation comes a little attention. 3 coaches looking to join us in the physio department, and we're even up to a 5 now with Lee Webb. That's almost tolerable now, and maybe we'll go out and grab ourselves a coach to join the staff. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button for a worst team ever. Came out with 17 points. I suppose that's something. So it's I suppose that's something like, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.